Welcome to episode 40 of Blue-Lusional. It's been a week.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Everything's bad.
Everything's really, really, really bad. We're not going to sugarcoat this week. It's going to be a heavy
Mhm,
one. It's going
mhm.
to be heavy.
It's real bad.
But thank you guys. We're at episode 40. That's actually
Crazy.
that's actually really, really insane. So thank you to everyone who listens in every week. All tens of you.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate because we like to yap, and we'd like that you guys like to listen to us yap. But let's just get right into it. It's probably, I don't think any of this is in chronological order, but that's just how we do it here. We
Yeah.
got vibes. But I want to talk about Hilton hotels. If you know the Hilton family, Hilton hotels. Well, we thought they did a good thing. We thought they were going to be on our Do Not Comply in Advance award. I was ready to just blindly hand that out. Shame on me. Because news had come out earlier this week that Christy Nome and DHS had blasted Hilton for canceling their reservations for their ICE agents. So in our brains, we're like, oh my God, Hilton is standing with us. That's amazing. Until very quickly the narrative shift, and it was that apparently Hiltons are also owned by franchise owners all throughout, and the franchise owner is the one who canceled the reservations. To this, we don't have a statement at this point from the franchise owner, but it is believed that the DHS, they did not actually follow protocol for federal employees, federal government employees to reserve rooms. So they were trying to do it like undercover where this franchise owner wouldn't know that they were ICE. And then when the franchise owner found out, canceled the reservations. So Hilton responded and actually launched an investigation into the franchise and said that they are inclusive and everyone should be welcomed at Hilton hotels. And in turn, they ended up dropping the franchise from their system, which made me very, very angry. So I made a post and we did an act of resistance with the People's Sick Day to call their customer service line, to cancel reservations that were coming up, to cancel rewards programs, to basically boycott Hilton. And that took that video went very viral, and
Mhm.
Hilton Hilton felt it very quickly. And so they sent an internal email to their social media team basically saying, we're getting a lot of backlash. And instead of addressing it, we think that if we just go silent for 48 hours, it'll blow over by then. All will be good. Everybody just stay calm for 48 hours. Nothing. Well, that pissed me off again. So then I made a follow up video about that, which went just as viral as the first. And yeah, it turned into a lot of craziness. And I will say that I understand so many people were like, I mean, at this point, we are boycotting Marriott, we're boycotting Hilton. Like, what hotels are
Mhm.
safe? And I'm going to tell you, most corporate hotels, probably not safe.
Yeah.
Probably not. I think that we all have to start normalizing going out of our way when we're planning trips to find small, locally owned, we call them boutique hotels. And a lot of people are like,
Mhm.
those are expensive. No, like locally owned boutique hotels go for $100 to $200 a night. Not,
Regular hotels are like them are expensive. Like,
yeah, it's just, you go out of your way to find better lodging because I feel like so many people, that's just your afterthought when you're thinking about your trip. You're like, we'll just stay at a Hilton
Mhm.
and then you guys don't realize that they own other things like
Mm.
Hamptons and like all the hometown suites and who owns what. You guys have to start, in this year really researching when you're going to be traveling and seeing who owns what, what's safe, what aligns with your morals, what you want to spend your money on. And for me, I would rather put in some extra time to really research and find a locally owned hotel in whatever bed and breakfast and spend my money there.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. I'm not here to tell you that there is another corporate hotel that's great because they're probably not. I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit for you guys anymore. We're not going to find, a large conglomerate corporate hotel that is not going to comply with ICE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the corporations are bad.
Marriott, everybody was like, I'm so happy that I'm at Marriott instead. And I'm like, huh, I hate to break it to you. And I understand the frustration of like, well, then what the fuck? And yeah, that's the reality we're living in.
Everybody's bad.
You choose to stay at the Marriott, you choose to stay at the Marriott, but like there are some of us that are just have to cut. It has to be a line that's drawn. So you won't see me staying there. It's so fucking expensive anyway. But Hilton has stayed silent past the 48-hour mark.
People are still going.
They're still going. We're really petty. And I do foresee Hilton probably making some stupid statement that just really digs the heels deeper in.
Hmm.
But what Devin's about to talk about really didn't make that any better for Hilton. So that is really bad. And then we will say that after this, there is a Hilton in downtown Dallas and an employee there. She's 20 years old. She was working at that Hilton, and ICE agents were there, and she was like, "I have to warn the community." So she warned the community that they were there, and Hilton fired her same day. So this isn't just a one-off. These are
That's what we're dealing with.
happening all over. So Hilton, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Bad things are happening in Minnesota. So the week started out with, Waltz saying he's not running for a third term. I mean, they bullied him out of it essentially. His daughter Hope is getting death threats. They're driving past his home, they're yelling slurs about his son who's on the spectrum. Like, that coupled with the daycare fraud fake story, and just with ICE still ravaging this fucking entire state. They ravaged the entire state. They murdered a woman in broad daylight who was just trying to get out of her driveway. Renee Nicole Good got shot in the fucking face 3 times because she dared to say words to an ICE agent. Her last words to him were, "I'm not mad at you, dude. You can just keep going."
It was a full-on case of, I'm a white man, listen to me. And she was like, why are you angry? I'm like, I'm good. Are you good? But that's the kind of exchange which most women, if you're a woman watching this, you've had that conversation with a man where they're just way too much and you're like, are you good? Because I'm not angry. You're really angry. Like, you are so escalating the situation. And that is a de-escalation tactic. She
Yeah.
used
And then
de-escalation. You didn't.
everybody this past week, because we watched a public execution, and hate, you know what? I'm going to be the I told you guy. I told you so this guy this year. All you had to do was vote for Kamala Harris. One. And even to go further back than that, this is what Black people have been saying for years. Been saying, hey, people with badges, they're just killing with immunity. Nothing bad happens to them. They get desk duty for a little bit, and then they just go back to their regular lives. And everyone was like, oh, well, what about? Okay, now we're here. Now there are people with badges, and they're killing white people now. Now our eyes are open, because we've been saying it for such a long time that if you keep letting it happen to everyone else, it's going to come to you too. And here it is. They're not discriminating with their killing. It's anybody who doesn't agree with them, anyone who dares to look at them the wrong way, and they're not stopping. In Minnesota, they are still going. The FBI, they're blocking the state from trying to get the evidence they need for the investigation. They're blocking them from getting access to Renee's car. USDA cut off funding. So that's the Department of Agriculture. So that is cutting off SNAP to Minnesota. All food stamp assistance has been frozen in Minnesota. And to continue the escalation, they are now kicking in people's doors. They're going door to door because JD Vance went on national television and gaslit everybody and told them that this murder was completely justified. And what we're going to do is we're going to start going door to door so we can find these illegal aliens, whatever the fuck,
Without warrants.
without warrants. Just cuz going in there with automatic weapons, guns blazing.
Battering doors down.
That's
Broad
where we're at.
daylight. Broad daylight.
They're throwing flashbangs at people. They're tear gassing people. They're pepper spraying people. They're going into high schools. But the criminals, they're tackling these kids' teachers. They're traumatizing these kids. Minnesota had to do remote learning for the entire second half of the week because the federal government is attacking them.
Another reason for your child
Let that sink in.
at school.
Let that fucking sink in. The federal government is attacking Minnesota, so they have to do remote learning. And I want everyone to stop doing the 1930s Germany comparison because, yes, there are parallels, but you know who they were inspired by? This place. They got the idea from here, from Jim Crow laws. And what was that? When they were treating black people like shit. Full circle. Should have fucking listened to black people from the jump. Oof.
Yeah. It's
Not happy.
It is not. It is not. And this is why we say, like, this shit's gonna get really bad. And like Debbie said, it's and I told you so. How many times have we come on here? Have you seen other creators come on here and say it is a matter of time before ICE shoots and kills somebody? It's just a matter of time. Now, this happened to be a white woman. And you know what? I am of the belief that white women have been very complacent and did not think that things would happen to them because of the color of their skin. And I think what you just witnessed this week is what everyone has been saying, which is no one is safe. White women, you are not safe. White men,
They hate
you are
you.
not safe.
They
They
hate you, white
hate
women.
women. He was recording in one hand and firing straight into her face with the other.
Standing in front of the car on
He
purpose.
pulled the gun out before she even touched the wheel.
Mhm.
He wanted to shoot her. He wanted to shoot her. He walked over to that car, looked at her, knew she was dead, and just walked away and got in his car and drove off.
He shot her and then called her a
You
fucking bitch.
So I don't know why. I don't know why at this point white women are still of the belief that we're safe. That's where my frustration comes out. I'm like, I knew since day one, since 2016, 2015, that with this man anywhere near office, we were not safe.
Mhm.
Let it happen the first time, and now you let it happen the second time. And I don't know why any of you thought that this second term would just, it would be fine for white women. That was a battle cry. All white women should have been like, okay, 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 we're doomed, we're done. We gotta fucking do something. And some of you still come into our fucking comments about a walkout on January 20th being like, I don't know if I could walk out because I feel like I might get fired. And, I don't have enough PTO. I can't use can I use my sick time for it? Can I, what? I just,
You'll use it to go to Six Flags.
you guys use it to go to Taylor Swift concerts.
You'll use it to fucking go to brunch. I took the day off to go to brunch today.
You just take a day off because you drank too much the night before.
You
Your
you
priorities
will
straight.
you will claim mental health day when your company doesn't even give you mental health days. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
that
want to hear it.
shit's don't get into it with me in the comments. The only people who are exempt from walking out are the same people who are exempt from people's sick day and our blackouts, first responders, people who save people's lives every day. You are the ones that we do not expect to walk out. And teachers, obviously, if you don't have anyone to cover your classroom, please don't leave the children unattended in their classroom.
Yeah.
Let's use our common sense. Everybody else, your 9 to 5 desk job, you should be so far out of that building at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So over
And
it.
then before moving off of it, Keith Porter also murdered on New Year's Eve by an off-duty ICE agent, getting absolutely no coverage. Only now, because now that we have the conversation started of that ICE, they're a gang of serial killers. Like, let's like be fucking real here. We're starting to go back and see, oh, these are the other people that got murdered. So Keith Porter, black man, wonder why it's not getting any fucking coverage. But yeah, yeah, that's another one
Mhm.
that we know. Those are the ones that we know of.
Yeah. There's also the man that I'm saying that ICE murdered because they chased him and he fell from a roof.
Yeah,
To me, that's murder.
early. That was like in the summer.
I
Yep.
took that as murder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was their fault. Totally.
Their fault. Like, we can start playing that game, and then there's even more.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. The ones that are dying in the facilities.
yep, that's murder. And then the ones we don't know about. Anyone who went to CCOT and that we don't know about that's dead, murder.
This was all avoidable.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Every single piece of this was avoidable. Every single piece.
Mhm. And it didn't end there because that happened, and then 24 hours later, almost on the dot 24 hours later, there was news reports that there was a city council meeting in Portland, Oregon that very abruptly ended, and everyone was very confused. And then reports came out that 2 people were shot by border control agents. I understand that they are technically not the same thing, technically, but they are the same thing. They are federal agents. They shot 2 people, and it was crazy because unlike the day before, there was a lot of radio silence on this.
Mhm.
We didn't know any information for a long time. We still don't know information. So we found out that I believe it's a husband and wife. There was a man and woman, but we still don't have the actual source that they are a married couple, but they were in the same car. Again, this happened in a car, and the man was shot in the arm and the woman was shot in the chest. And they were shot and they actually drove away to a different location where they called for help and they got an ambulance and they were sent to the hospital. And as of right now, this happened the day after Renee Good. We still don't know if they're alive.
No.
No update on their condition. They said their names and they already, you know how they spin it, they already did their spin that they're Trende Aragua and the woman was running a prostitution ring. None of that has been confirmed. The fact that there is little information is very concerning, very concerning. It almost is, like, so undeniable that that's not true that they're just gonna, "Nope, next." And so, it is on us now. It is on the community to not let that shit happen. We shouldn't be letting people get shot and killed, but we should definitely not, like, breeze over it when the administration fails to give us any information.
Yeah.
Because all these news channels, they're gonna fold, and all of us have to push. We should be
Yeah.
pushing and asking, "Are these 2 people alive? What are their condition?
Yeah. Where are
Where's
they?
the information?
Like,
If you were gonna pull them over, you should have had a reason to. What happened? There is nothing, guys. I am appalled. I literally looked right before we filmed. Nothing. It is appalling. It's appalling.
mhm. Speaking of everything in Venezuela, still bad. There are citizens there that are stuck because the airspace is shut down because the United States came in and bombed them and kidnapped their president. So they have canceled flights. What do you guys think was going to happen? The United States, they're telling Americans to. Now, this one I took with a grain of salt. They're telling them to leave because allegedly there are militia groups setting up checkpoints to see if people are American or not. And then I hated that while I was reading it, I was like, I don't know if that's 1,000% true because who knows anymore, but wouldn't put it past, you know, that to happen. since these people are under attack by the United States and got the president kidnapped. Also, don't be a pick me, guys, because Maria Cora Machado, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, the one that was totally, blowing Trump and saying that he's great and I love him so much. This pick me over here, bending the knee, is telling, she got on TV to say, essentially, I will give up the Nobel Peace Prize to Trump to be put in power in Venezuela. Mind you, they already had their vice president sworn in.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
what the fuck what are you doing? That's weird as fuck. So that's pathetic. That's sad. Gross. Do better. This was kind of a little bit funny. There was a meeting with all the big oil execs, Exxon, yada yada yada, because we went into Venezuela and we're just gonna flip the lever and we're gonna fill up the oil with the buckets
We're just gonna
and we're just gonna take the oil because that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
In this meeting, the oil execs who actually know what the fuck they're talking about, specifically Exxon, said this is going to cost too much fucking money because we would have to redo their entire infrastructure. So we're not going to invest in Venezuela right now. And that gave me like a little bit glimmer of hope because I was like, okay, that was in Project 2025, but it's just very funny that they're like, haha, yeah, we did it. And they're like, wait, no, you wrote it down, but there's no details as to, we have to redo stuff?
Oh no, the
It's not just a
administration
lever?
didn't check or cross their T's and dot their I's. They didn't talk to the execs.
There's no
No,
oil faucet?
we said drill, baby, drill. I thought
That's
you
it?
drill, oil just starts spilling out. We can
Like in the
send
car,
people over
like in
there.
Looney Tunes. You drill into the ground and the oil just starts spurting out of the ground. No. I don't know shit about this, but I know there's not just an oil faucet where you just turn it and you
On
get
and
the
off.
oil. That's just God. We're still being pirates, and not we, they are. They're being pirates. They're stealing oil tankers that are for Russia and China.
Fucking Mission Impossible
Like
style.
he wants to get us fucked up
They're
because
doing the
those are not
most out there. They're doing
Xi.
the helicopters, the fucking Tom Cruise Mission Impossible.
And why are Xi and Putin the people you want to steal from? Like, why is that a good fucking move? Like, I don't remember that being in Project 2025. I don't remember stealing oil from the two of the most ruthless people on this planet.
So that's
But
the
hey,
Stephen Miller coming out.
what do you fucking know?
Mhm.
And then it looks like the United States Senate kind of grew like a very small fraction of a spine. Just, at the very last minute, he said, you know what? We're going to come forward with a wartime powers bill that's going to stop you from doing further action in Venezuela after we already did that shit. But next time, you need to get congressional approval, okay?
Mhm.
Okay, make sure you ask us.
That wasn't very nice of you to do.
That wasn't nice for you to kidnap their president.
While we were on
We don't
recess.
do that.
That wasn't really cool. Next
Catch a
time,
bubble.
don't do that.
Don't do that, Donnie. You can't kidnap presidents. All right. You only US citizens, not presidents.
Yeah. And we have some big feelings about that. We wrote them down and we're reading them to you.
So the United States, yeah, oh God. Imperialism is back, unfortunately. Good old United States imperialism. They're not even hiding it anymore.
Your representatives are working hard writing strongly worded letters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't get it
Great.
twisted.
They're up burning the midnight oil, writing those
Yeah.
strongly worded letters.
Doing anything but holding tails.
Can't wait to read the next one.
Well, just when that happened, don't you worry, guys. Trump turned around and said, "Hi, Greenland.
You up?
Remember me? I let you guys sit for a little bit. Don't think I forgot about you. I actually did, but Stephen Miller reminded me and Peter Thiel that we gotta get Greenland. So here I am, once again, asking you nicely to surrender." And Greenland said, "No." Said, you're gonna play hard to get." Remember last year, guys, when he was like, "I'm gonna give every single resident of Greenland $10,000." And we were like, "I'm sorry, where is that money coming from?" Congress was like, "Mm, where is that money coming from? Because we're over here, our rural hospitals are closing down, can't fund, they just defunded the Department of Education. People can't afford groceries, and you're about to pay each resident of Greenland $10,000. Yeah, that didn't go over well. That went shh, hush, hush, silent. But now that we are back in the worst of possible times, economics wise, he is now raising the stake. He's like, don't, I know I said 10,000, but Greenland residents will get somewhere in ballpark between $10,000 to $100,000. He is
Come
quite
on, man.
literally, it's like an auction
Come on,
going
man.
once 10,000, 20,000, 30.
Can I buy you?
Now, mind you guys, he sent JD Vance there last year after he flirted the idea of the $10,000, and they literally told him to get the fuck out. The resident wouldn't even open the door. He was trying to go door to door. It was so bad
Mhm.
they sent him to an army base, which is a US army base in Greenland, to like give him something to do because they weren't expecting everyone in Greenland to be like, the fuck?
They weren't feeling them either.
So all of that's happening. Obviously, leaders from France, Germany, Italy, Poland, Spain, UK, obviously Denmark, they issued a joint statement. They immediately all got together and were like, he's doing it again. And they were like, hi, yes, Greenland belongs to Denmark, Denmark only. The fate of Greenland is up to Denmark. So, and Greenland together. Like, come on now. And Greenland said, and I quote, they're going to shoot first and ask questions later if there is a conflict with the US,
Good.
which I learned, you learn something new every day, that this is actually a like reaffirmed Cold War era rule of engagement that remains in force today because Greenland does not have its own armed forces. Denmark has armed forces in Greenland. And so Denmark has always said that they got to defend Greenland, shoot first, ask questions later, meaning they don't need to get higher up approval when it comes to protecting Greenland. And they're like, that is in place, just so you know. Look
Mhm.
around and find out. So Denmark went ahead and after the Venezuela thing, they labeled the US as a national security threat. So they aren't playing around. They are not playing around. And Trump is saying that that he's gonna take Greenland either the easy way or the hard way. Now, everyone's throwing around NATO, 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 NATO. Let's talk about NATO like we're 5 years old. Let's talk about this situation and what could happen and why, when everyone's saying, like, if something happens, NATO will be blown up and America will be in a really bad place. NATO is like all these countries being friends. They're like, hi, let's make a pact that we protect each other. You know, we like each other. We give each other goods and essentials when needed, and we just don't bomb each other. Hey, that's cool. And we protect each other if somebody else that's not on our circle attacks us. But what happened here is two of the friends attacking each other, or one attacking the other. In this case, the US attacking Greenland. And so what would happen is all the other countries in NATO are they're going to like be like, we're going to support Greenland. And then they're going to shove the US out of NATO. They're going to be like, get the fuck out. You guys are instigating. You guys are causing problems. Get out. So that means we lose all of our friends in NATO that we need. So then we don't have allies. We don't have NATO protecting us when we're playing games with Russia and China and other countries and taking oil tanks that were supposed to be sold to them. If we get kicked out of NATO, we don't have backup if something happens to us. So, yes, it is very bad. It would be very, 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 very bad if this administration were to just bust on into Greenland and take it over like Venezuela. We would be done for in so many ways. I'm talking just so cooked. So, no, not good. Not good, my friends. We need friends. I know you guys say America's great and all, baby. I need you guys to open your eyes. The amount of shit we have to get from other countries to run as a country, now is
We don't
not
do
the
shit.
time.
We don't make anything.
So, shout out to Denmark for calling it like it is. Yeah, the US is a national security threat, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, we're a threat to the entire planet, and
So if
that's
you
so
wanna go
unfortunate.
vacation, if this shit happens, all you billionaires who love to go vacation in fucking Paris and go see Big Ben in the UK, good luck getting in. If we get fucking yeeted out of NATO and start some shit with Greenland and Denmark, nah, you're not gonna be vacationing there. Uh.
Fuck. God, everything's bad, okay? Everything's bad.
Yeah, Mexico, you're also on the list. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that.
Yeah.
That was the order of events. Mexico, South America. He wants all the
Greenland.
Americas. He's just
Mhm.
we he wants Canada, literally everywhere. He wants to be a world dictator.
They
So
said it's our hemisphere.
so he's already framing it in the way that MAGA will love it because what they love more is getting drugs and cartels off the streets. So he is labeling it as doing land strikes in Mexico because of cartels. Well, you wanna know who is like, "Maybe you should call and fucking talk to me about that," is the president of Mexico, Claudia. She's like, "Hey, do you wanna call me?
Too easy. Too
You
easy.
invite everyone to the White House to talk to you. Where's my invite to talk this through?"
Oh, that's gonna be bad
Mhm.
optics because it's gonna be, "Oh, well, she's bringing all those illegals over here,
Yep.
so why you wanna talk to her?"
And now MAGA's like, "Yeah, strike them." We're in the bad times.
Real
Which is
bad.
how you know midterms are happening. That's how you know midterms are happening. Also how you know midterms are happening and we gotta stop with the whole we're all cooked theory. 17 House Republicans broke from Mike Johnson again to vote with Democrats to extend the ACA subsidies for 3 years. This is how we know that shit is turning. Because if you had asked last year what that vote would have been, I'm telling you right now, 17 of those Republicans would not have broke.
It's getting drowned out with all the fucking imperialism.
It's getting dragged out, and obviously I have my thoughts on the Senate because the Senate last month rejected a 3-year extension of subsidies just last month. Everybody knows the Senate's different. The Senate needs 60 votes, so they do need Republicans to flip as well. And we also have
Well,
traitors in the Senate. We have Democrat traitors in the Senate right now. Some of them are against shit like this, and it's wild. So I'm saying right now, I wish I could be very confident that it'll pass in the Senate, but I'm just not because just last month it didn't. So
we will see how it plays out with the
yeah,
government shutdown coming up
that's
again.
the only saving grace. We are looming on another government shutdown, guys. Literally a couple weeks away.
Another one on top of all of this.
Yeah, if they can't pass that, then it goes back to the House again. They have to draw something up again. Like, yeah, no. So this might be it. We might be able to, and that would be a 3-year extension for ACA subsidies, meaning your healthcare won't go up by the fucking thousands, which would be great. And it's what we need right now. And I say that that is more of a reason for everybody to start locking in and seeing that people are turning. I don't want to hear midterms aren't happening. I don't want to hear that that Congress isn't doing anything.
They're gonna happen. It's just we're going to have a very bad time leading up to that. Like a
Mhm.
very bad time.
Mhm.
Like a really bad time.
Yeah, a fucking really bad time. So bad. Mhm.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Devin, you wanna tell 'em about Tom Tillis?
Yeah, Tom Tillis put a hold on all ICE and DHS nominations in the Senate because, well, one, Tom Tillis isn't running for reelection, so he's like, I guess I can act like I have some fucking sense in my head now, and was like, yeah, these guys are serial killers, so I guess I'm gonna do something. I guess I'm gonna put a hold on any of their nominations because they don't need any more nominations. There's
They
Kristi
what,
Noem,
you know?
she's gaslighting, she's telling you that, people backing out of their driveway are fucking domestic terrorists. We don't need abolish DHS, abolish ICE. Neither of them need to exist. Like, that needs to be a platform
Uh-huh.
that you're running for midterms.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a candidate listening, that's free game right there.
Mhm.
All you have to say is abolish ICE.
Abolish ICE. No APAC. Abolish ICE.
I don't take APAC, abolish ICE. Whoo,
Ooh.
whoo.
Ooh.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We'll be simping for you in the chat.
Talk dirty to me. Yeah, I like that.
You will find us creating fan edits.
Abolish.
Ooh. Ooh. So shout out Tom Tillis.
Yeah,
I mean,
great job. Sure. Take a win where we can get it. Sure, whatever.
whatever, dude. This one, I'm going to trigger warning before we talk about it. We are going to be talking about child abuse and domestic abuse. So just a warning. That's what we're talking about here. We are talking about this because on this channel, as you guys know, we exclusively hype up grassroots candidates. That has been our platform this entire time. No corporate PAC, no APAC. We want really the big corporate money out of politics, and we want the right people in office that aren't doing it for money and power and fame. So when we learned that there is a grassroots candidate that is absolutely disgusting human being, we are not going to stand by and not say something. So yesterday we learned about TJ Ware. He is running for Congress in Texas District 24. And I hate to even give him a platform, but we have to tell you guys why you should not vote for him. He has 10 children, guys. 10. And on his website, he labels himself a family man, family values. He's a former Republican, so red flags already. Sorry. I know we've had some candidates on here who have had some more independent, right leaning views in the past. It's already a red flag, so you really gotta not do what he is doing. Well, his oldest child is 21, and that child has created a TikTok account very cleverly, TJ Ware for Congress, so that when you looked it up, you got that page instead of his actual page, and posted videos of him verbally and physically abusing children and his girlfriend. The videos are absolutely appalling. There are, I believe, 4 or 5 videos. I went and saved them all on my phone because I was so nervous that all the videos were going to get taken down. But basically, he is seen putting his girlfriend in a headlock in front of his children, which resulted in some of his older children having to physically pull him off of the girlfriend because she asked for him to delete personal information of hers from his computer, which he refused to do. There's also a video of him cornering one of his sons in his bedroom, screaming in his face, about 1 inch from his face. And if you look, you can see that the child's bed is just a mattress topper on the ground. Then there's another video of him completely unconscious from ketamine use in his bed. And his child is opening up a box of hidden cameras, like cameras that are disguised as plants, as like furniture that have hidden cameras in them, and just absolutely appalling. The kids are crying for their mom in videos. He is screaming at his ex-wife in videos. It is just absolutely, I mean, my stomach was turning. I immediately got on a call with Devin because I was like, we have to say something. Like, we have to. There's no way we can allow another white man who is physically, verbally abusive to get even more fame, recognition, and power. Because that's how we end up with the administration we have. That is how Donald Trump became president. So we're not going to stand by and let that happen. We reached out to his oldest child, who has given us permission to share the story, and we are actually planning on talking more with them and hearing more of their story because they have been battling in courts and with the police. And as we all know, if he already has fame and power, he's running for Congress. So he's very protected in the state of Texas. We want to hear more of their story, and they deserve justice. All their children deserve justice. The girlfriend who did a response video with TJ, they did a 2-part response video where they basically blame the children and blame the ex-wife, and the girlfriend blames herself on ending up in a headlock. I hope the girlfriend finds a way to leave this man that she gets help and is able to leave this man, because she looks in that video like she does not want to be there. It's really uncomfortable to watch. I hope that the children get justice and they can get as far away from him as possible, because he has kids as young as 3 years old. And I hope that his ex-wife is able to get full custody of all of those kids and get them the fuck away from him.
Yep.
That is not going to fly here. No. If you live in Texas District 24, do not vote for this man. Better yet, write to the Democratic Party in Texas saying that he should not even be on the ballot.
Then he needs to pull his campaign.
He needs to pull his campaign. Go on his socials, write to the team that he should escort himself out of this campaign and turn himself into jail. He has no business being around children. He has no business being able to write legislation. He has no business being able to say he's going to protect families in that district. No, there's no reason for him to be running around with
No more
other
dangerous white men.
men in power. We're not doing that. I don't care if he's a grassroots candidate. I don't. And that goes for any grassroots candidate. If we catch you doing anything like that, no.
He'll blow your shit up.
No, absolutely not. So TJ, get fucked in every way, shape, or form. I wish the worst for you.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Absolute worst for you.
You gotta go.
You're a piece of shit, low life human being, and your children deserve better than you. Straight to fuck up. I don't play.
That part.
All right, last segment. That really did happen. Guys, this was another hard week to find anything to laugh at, truly. So this was a hard week. But there were some things that were like, are you fucking kidding me? Let's talk about them. So that oil exec meeting that Trump was out, he sundowned like multiple times during that meeting. It started off by him he just stood up, walked to the window, and just stared out into the abyss and was like, it's beautiful, right?
I gotta see
and
this.
Everyone's just standing there staring at him like, okay, Dad, Grandpa, come back to the table. We're still having a meeting. Come on, come, buddy. We'll get you some McDonald's after. Just sit down. He just stood up and was like, this thing's gotta be over, right? God.
Ori.
It's like, hey, buddy, sit down. We're not done. Not only that, but apparently, what I believe this note is, I could be wrong, but I believe that he was talking about Chevron and then he derailed the conversation. So Marco Rubio wrote him a note that he was not supposed to read out loud, being like, old man, get back on topic. So he wrote him a note. Trump picked it up and he was like, Marco Rubio just wrote me a note. Just bring up Chevron again. Or bring it back to Chevron. He's like, ha, ha, ha. And Marco Rubio's like, they literally caught him in 4K being like, buddy, bring it back. Oh my God.
Susie Wiles was shook. She had the same face on she had in the Vanity Fair shoot.
He's like, everyone, Marco Rubio wrote me a note. It's like on Love Island when they're like, I got a text. That's what he was watching the night before. I got a note.
He was expecting that.
Shut the fuck up.
He was expecting everyone to be like,
I mean, you can't write the man a note, slip it to him, and expect him not to read it out loud. This is the same man that said, like, insert my...
Say your name.
I say your name, Donald. Come on. Come on, all in one meeting, guys. The sundowning was really taken over that day. I know before that meeting, they were like, he was probably like, I don't wanna. We literally bombed Venezuela and stole the president. You have to go into this oil meeting.
Can I go on the roof again?
He's like, can I just fucking go to bed or something? They're like, no, you have to go in there. And he's like, fine, but I'm not gonna call him dad.
It's like you called them before you invaded. This is your idea.
Well, fine,
I don't
let's talk about
remember.
what I want to talk about, which is the trees outside.
Come on.
It's
Mind you, it's just a busted lot of just
just
destroyed
construction.
White House. It's just destroyed White
I
House.
just can't. I literally cannot. And then also, in words of, I never want to hear anyone say women are too emotional to be in office. Well, we're running it back to Maria Machado. Not only did she say, and at first she kind of said like, "I'll share it with you," like that's how she, you know, started it. She was like, "Oh, we could share it," or like, I'm like honoring you with this Nobel Peace Prize. Like it's mine, but like it's like I'm kind of giving it to you in a sense.
Pick me.
Well, he was like, "We're gonna have a meeting, and you better give me the actual fucking Nobel Peace Prize. I want whatever the prize is. Is it an award? I want it. Hand it over." And she was like, "I mean, what?" And mind you, he's gone on a rampage being like, "She shouldn't be your president. She fucking sucks."
hmm
And then he's like, "But if you give me that Nobel Peace Prize, maybe we can talk about it. So you better." That is this man bombed Venezuela, stole their president, stole their oil, and shit talked Maria Machado all because he wants a Nobel Peace Prize. But women are too emotional to be in office. White men are too old to be in office. Oh my God. Girlie, do
No
not hand that
words.
over. I swear to God.
Stop being
And then
being
the
a pick
Nobel
me.
Peace Prize committee had to come out and say, it's not exchange. You can exchange. We already
They
have
said
it.
that's they said that's not how this
That's not
works.
how this works. There's no givesies backsies.
You can't trade it.
It's not like a check. You can't write it off to somebody else.
It's not a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Like you can't just trade it.
Be surprised to somebody else. It's just insane. It is insane. Also insane that the View keeps letting Marjorie Taylor Greene come back on. She's been on like
I don't know why they're doing
times in
that.
the last
Why
week.
are they doing that?
Why are you bringing her on?
She's about to be on that show.
She's gonna sit in one of you girls. Your time is up, and it's gonna.
She's auditioning.
But what was very funny is this time they laid into her. They laid into her. If you watch the clips, they ask her about January 6th. They're like, hey, you were like a huge component.
You like help plan it.
You were, and she was like, well, I was there and I was watching it. I watched that Donald Trump called for National Guard, and they said, and Nancy Pelosi said no. And it's like, and then they were like, okay, but like
Still don't want
now,
that.
do you realize that that was an insurrection and how terrible that was? And she couldn't denounce it. She says there were bad actors there. She still believes that it was Antifa and Black Lives Matter. She still goes down that rabbit hole. And she still, to this day, says that Donald Trump had nothing to do with it. And they're all like, what? Girly. Girly, what? They did not let, they were like, I'm sorry. So Black Lives Matter and Antifa in these pictures right here, look up on the screen, all these white men
Mhm.
storming the Capitol. And she was like, but I was there that day. And the girl was like, so was everyone else.
Yeah, we know.
So was all the Capitol Police. Some of them lost their lives. She still stands her ground. She's not a
Not
changed woman,
shocking.
guys. I
No,
don't,
not
and
shocking.
I truly believe that they wanted to have a gotcha with her and they got it. They were like, there you go, guys.
Yeah, she's still a crazy bitch.
QAnon over here.
See that? She's still fucking lunatic.
And then this one that Devin brought to my attention because it's just crazy. I didn't even see it. But apparently, when the New York Times was at the White House, they saw a photo behind Trump's desk in the Oval Office of Don Jr., a grown ass fucking man recreating a photo of JFK crouching under the Resolute desk like JFK Jr., who was 2 years old, in a frame, in a gold frame that says favorite child. That's the shit that's in the Oval Office.
And he was just like, called it. Like you see that and you're like, called it. Knew he was the favorite one.
I mean, we all knew it wasn't me.
Tiffany's like,
Oh yeah, why am I saying Chelsea? Oh my god, Tiffany,
and
Tiffany,
Eric,
that other girl.
the
Yeah,
other one,
thank God
the
it's
other one.
not me. Thank God it's
Favorite
not me.
child is crazy. Damn, how's Ivanka gonna feel? I always thought it
I
was
think
her.
she's like, thank God you take the favorite child, so we can leave you the fuck
Actually,
alone.
he just wants her.
Yeah, but again, another time that they are apparently obsessed with children.
Yep.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Well, that's it.
Well, we'll be back with another interview and more bad shit
More bad
because
shit.
it's just gonna keep getting worse.
More bad shit. But we are introducing new things in 2026, guys. We're going to start having people on the podcast, on the main pod. Yeah. We're going to start bringing on some people you may know, familiar faces, onto the pod
Friends
for
of the show.
segments. So stay tuned because we're really excited about it. We've been wanting to do this for a while, but it's just like the logistics of it have been crazy in figuring out if we want somebody to guest on an entire episode because it's a lot to research all of this and be ready to talk about it. So we thought maybe doing segments. So just be aware that we might film certain segments. We might not be in the clothes we're in on the main episode because we film them on different days, but we are going to start having people on who are activists talking about how to get involved in local communities. We're going to have people on that are historians. We'll have people on that are creators and spaces on social media, that are maybe people who are talking to Congress at the Capitol, just really starting to highlight them as well because it's all in this year, everyone effort, all of us team effort. And so we want to highlight the candidates, but we also want to highlight people who are doing the work to get us to the finish line. We gotta help each other get out of this. We can't just rely on politicians. We love our candidates, but they are not the only ones who are going to get us out of this mess. We can also get us out of this mess. We need more, so stay tuned for that,
Yep. So follow us, go to the bio,
please.
like and subscribe, YouTube, Substack, TikTok until the 22nd. All right.
R.I.P. Fun. That one hurts. It hurts,
Pain.
guys.
Pain. Gotta do what we gotta do.
Killed.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week.
Yep.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.